Hello, 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 American Dream Live member. Happy Thursday. Coming live a little bit earlier than I used to. And I was mentioning about between 8 and 9, and I did schedule that ahead of time. So you had an opportunity to see at what exact time I will be coming. And welcome whoever will be joining live and will be checking the replay. And before I will share a bit of a story, and possibly you were curious what I'm talking about with that lottery and the word of the week, before I will share a little bit more on that, let's just remind what the community is about. And American Dream Life, it has a mission of how to grow your beliefs to become a united human being, and why it's so important to keep growing our beliefs and creating that unity within. Because, well, everything is changes, and we get to experience that wholeness and keep reminding ourselves that we are, because many times we are deciding to stay in one place and not allowing ourselves to experience the other place. And that's what actually creates that wholeness, when we decided to experience both. And even though we know, many times we learn what is good, what is bad, and many times when we start trusting more our intuition, we also are able to figure it out what is good for us and what is not so good, and keep making those choices and growing those beliefs that it's possible. It's so important. And same with the topic of this week, and about the lottery, how it came about. I again was asking for some guidance what I get to share this week, and it's been interesting journey that again, those words just showing up unexpectedly and in a very strange places. This one just show up. I was walking in the store, and there was a vending machine with the scratchy and the lottery tickets were standing there. And what drew my attention was the word pick. Pick is like to pick the numbers, to participate in different type of lotteries that they have of different days. And and somehow I was like, really, is that the one? But because I decided to really not question too much again, I felt like, well, that's the word, and we get to actually work around it and see what message we get to pick. And then I was pleasantly surprised to see that there is a message around it, and with some reflections from my personal experiences. Like last year, I participated in the wealth retreat, and when I came back, I felt like I have things taken care of energetically in my experience, and I was drawn actually to those kind of vending machines with the scratchies and the tickets, and I thought I can test my luck and see where I get with it, and that the money will just appear for me. And well, I wasn't that lucky, even though I called myself, and many people would call me lucky. And it was a bit disappointing, because I was seems like start counting that it will be the method for me to get to some money. And that also kind of created some doubts that possibly in myself as well, and possibly that the retreat didn't work the way I expected it to work. And that's another keyword, expectation. And through through the journey of after that experience, I decided to get deeper. And another thing that wasn't really working when I was that wealth was about preparation and being picked for the calling. And it was divinely guided. And anytime I was actually somehow trying to intervene how it's supposed to look like based on my expectations, it wasn't working. Anytime that I was choosing to listen to that guidance, it's everything start coming together. So how there is a relation and what is about that pick. So with the reflections and that journey that I've been experiencing, and even today, I have an interesting day full of adventures, appointments, and I was like, how I when I will do the broadcast. It seems like it's kind of tight schedule in the morning. There is a bunch of things in an afternoon, and like, well, I decided to actually go for it anyway, and decided to come live. And no matter what, there is actually landscape company outside doing the job, and I'm trusting that they will not create so much noise that will create the interference with the broadcast. And that's what I'm getting at with that experience from my journey, that is keep evolving and creating bigger picture and understanding for me. It's all about the trust. And what type of trust I'm talking about? Trust in unknown. Like with the lotteries, you possibly taking a chance. Possibly you taking a chance that it's out of the millions, that you might be a lucky one, that you will pick your lucky numbers to get yourself to your millions. And but you thinking of doing that, and it's usually that's what kind of triple us, because we're not allowing to be guided. And that's what it's required to be pick, to embody more of that instead of doing that picking either in lottery or how our schedule should look like. Even though, yeah, we get to have some idea because we wouldn't know for sure, but also putting that trust that we don't have to know every single details, how that things will unfold, will create really some amazing experiences. And the second one, provided, because we many times relying that maybe that would give us somehow that safety, security, happiness when we will somehow come to some money, and that would solve all of our problems. However, understanding and trusting that no matter what, and if you can just go back and to some experiences, shortages, financial shortages that you experience, somehow you will figure it out. And how much like, and the more actually you are attempting to figure it out, the harder it became. But when you allowing, like, sometimes felt like hopeless, that possibly I won't be able to do anything about it, and allowing that to just the dust settle and just let it go, all of a sudden things start coming together. Possibly some support show up. Maybe you got some bonus check at work, or maybe you earn more money in your business. And somehow that just a few examples, that when you allow that, and being in more of that state of being epic, you actually received what you got to receive and then provide it. And the third one is trusting yourself, and that's the biggie. When you attempting to control things and don't believe in so much unknown, that you can trust that unknown, you have to know and see everything. When you don't believe that you will be provided, it's hard to believe in yourself, because then at that point you start putting doubts that you somehow there's something missing within you, that you're not able to provide, that you're not able to create things that you would love to create. So the trusting in yourself is very crucial as well, for you to create that wholeness experience, that there's nothing missing. There might be some challenge for you to overcome, and trusting more in that unknown, and trusting that you will be provided, and trusting in yourself that things will happen for you, not necessarily the way you possibly expected, but they will. So that's the message for today. I trust that something is landing here, and inviting you to reflect on your journey, to see how, or that trust is possibly lacking, and you get to embody more of that, to become that pick and not just doing picky do the pick. So because that's kind of the premise of the message, to keep shifting that order from doing to being, that can create that empowering experience for you and people around you. So, without further ado, I'm streaming those broadcasts at American Dream Live YouTube channel, as well as at the Facebook private Facebook group under the same name. There is a link to the Facebook group on the YouTube channel. You are welcome to join us for more interactive experience, more content that is more frequent there. And if you on YouTube, it's a public channel, you can easier share with the message when it resonates and you think that might be will be easy. Maybe somebody needs to hear some of that to somehow get a better understanding and different perspective of that they might be going through. So it's easier to share from the YouTube. You can also subscribe so you know when the new content is available. It's streamed through the third party, so I am able uh, to go ahead and schedule those broadcasts and give you a bit of a glimpse what will be shared and what will be worth share, so you can see. And that's kind of helpful as well, and what time I will be coming. The next couple of weeks I will be on the road, so I possibly will come at a different day of the week for next week, and then the following week it really will be on the road in a different country. So we shall see how that will evolve on a different time zone, how if I can keep Thursday and at what point I might show up. So once I get closer to that, I will share that and you will know if there will be a live broadcast. So without further ado, sending you so much love, joy, and peace, and see you next time. Take care.